So I want to talk to you shortly on what I call why you need your family as your legacy in your ministry. Proverbs chapter 11, verse 29, the Message Bible. Exploit or abuse your family and end up with a feast full of air. Common sense tell you it is a stupid way to live. Can we catch the air? Please, everybody just do like this. Put it back again, please. Catch the air. Catch it very well. Catch it. Now, this is your fist. Do it. It is full of air. Your fist now, close together, is full of air. When you release it, tell me, show me the air you caught. You can't. Take Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 9, so that we can just roll from there. But NLT, live happily with the woman you love through all the meaningless days of life that God has given you under this sun. That means all your fame, name, charisma, jumping, class, everything is actually meaningless as you live under the sun. But one thing that is very, very important is that you should live happily with this woman that you love. Through this meaningless life, the name, the fame, the ministry that you are acquiring, all the days of your life under the sun. The wife that God himself gives you is your reward for all your earthly toil. Go on to think to the next verse. To the next verse. Whatever you do, do well now. For when you go to the grave, there will be no work or planning or knowledge or wisdom if you do not love this wife that God has given to you. I didn't write this thing. It is the Bible you are preaching to all of us that wrote it. So if that is it, then why are you not careful about the legacy? That is what actually God is keeping for you. Because after all your work is done, the reward that you're going to get is your family. The legacy, posterity that you're leaving behind is actually your family. Your future in ministry is not the auditorium you're building. Your future in ministry is not your name that is everywhere. Your future in ministry is not the level of anointing you have. Your future in ministry is not the level of impact you have made in the world. Your future in ministry is not the amount of financial, wealth that you have acquired and the world knows you. Your future in ministry is not where you have traveled to and how many countries you have gone to. Your future in ministry is not owning a television station. It is not, doing crusades all over the world. It is not prophesying everywhere. It is not preaching just the word like that. It is not being an evangelist, not healing people and, not falling down people that are looking for signs and wonders. But your future is actually your family. Your wife and your children are actually your future. But the question today is, at what point is your ministry and your legacy now? Are you stuck? Or you are still transiting? Or have you even exited and you don't know? Now, here are a few reasons I want to give to you why your legacy may not work if you do nothing about it. Number one, lack of training about marriage. Most pastors has no idea about what marriage is all about. The only thing I can tell you categorically now is that 90% of the pastors who are married only study marriage to go and preach. The only knowledge of the marriage they have is the one they study, the rhema they had to go and preach to people who will use it to walk and it become reality in their life. So we have been trained that the only thing we should do about marriage is just to get this knowledge from God and transfer it to people. A typical African man does not go back to family after every day's work. He doesn't. And you won't blame him. He has never been trained to do that. He saw his father, biological father, wake up, go to work, come back home, collect food from his wife, eat, gist with his friends in the hut, then go back to sleep. So he grew up with that training that women are not meant to be given attention. He grew up with that training that there is nothing really you need to do. There's no work you need to do to make marriage work. So he grew up that you don't really need to sit down and work on your children. He grew up not knowing that these things are my legacy and my future. Then when he got born again and met a spiritual father who now transferred the same legacy to him spiritually, the father now began to teach him that all you need to do is package. Let your wife dress well. Make sure she always smile. Let her sit down here and let the whole world see mama. This is what he saw his father in the Lord does. And now he began to copy it. No training, no marital training at all. You hardly see a pastor showing no open affection to his wife. I'm telling you that when I got married to Papa, it was a taboo to hold me like this in the public. Anointing no gree. Oh yeah, no gree. One time when we got married newly, I said, Papa, wait, you know talk about me small? You climb up town, not even here. Say, my beautiful wife. See how sexy. See how. Nalayo. He said, the board where the Bible don't finish before we go preach wife for order. That was us. Because that was the mantle, the baton that was handed over to him. It was when he got to know lately that he now began to transit and say, Kai, this is my future. Because everybody can live, but this woman here, stay put. And the moment he started investing in me, I began to grow. I began to flourish. I began to come out. So the African mentality trained you never to give attention, build, invest in your family. How many times do you go for marriage seminar? How many times do you go for marriage retreats? How many times do you go for couples hangout? Hey. How many times do you go for couples cruising? I don't even know. I know these pastors, they never tried before. How many times do you have just alone time with your wife? This is supposed to be your heir apparent. Who is supposed to know everything she's going to inherit from you and the children? Who is supposed to run this vision with you to make you and keep you live longer, like Pastor Paul is saying? Why would the widow not know anything about her husband and no name, nothing? Can't you see there's an error there? The man never invested. Because he was busy preaching all over this world and neglected the main thing. Because he never sat down to learn. They claim they know too much. Pastors are the only people I know do not go for training or marriage. I have done research. I was so shocked that as rich as American secular musicians are, they go on a time family out. But then we can celebrate success in ministry, success in financing, success in this thing. But where is the success in marriage?